Home security sales requires a very fast development of trust even before the customer opens the door. I mean, if they don't trust you, they won't even open the door, and that makes home security sales pretty much impossible to do. So if you want to succeed at home security sales, you need to take a look at the impression you make before you knock. Now let's start with your vehicle. If it's possible, make your vehicle sell with exciting graphics that wrap the vehicle. Now the cost of wrapped graphics on a vehicle is usually offset by extra sales, and it's actually a great investment. An exciting but tasteful vehicle builds interest and trust. It also gets people to call you when they see your number on the vehicle and ask you to come out for an appointment. But since we're selling home security, it's very important that the very people who are nervous about letting people into their home let us in so we can solve their problem. Now, always park on the street and not in the driveway. You know, if you park in the driveway and a family member asks to leave during your presentation, you'll have to end it and move your vehicle. Also, keep your vehicle clean. It makes a difference in home security sales. They got to feel like they can trust us, like we're going to be there when they call. Also, we suggest you park on the street and walk to several houses rather than pulling in a driveway, moving your car to the next house, and so on. Now remember that everything counts. Many home security salespeople don't think about it, but you're on display even before you get out of your car. Be sure you're ready to be seen when you pull into the area. I mean, after you get there is not the time to be combing your hair, fixing your makeup, tucking your shirt in, or performing other tasks. You should be ready to be on display as soon as you pull up, because you will be on display. Now the next thing we recommend is observe as you drive. As you approach an area, you got to be observant. Who else have you sold in the area? Because sometimes dropping a neighbor's name can get you in the door. What kind of neighborhood is it? What kind of people live there? Are they going to be concerned about security? What will interest them about home security systems? So take it all in, and you'll be more ready to sell when you get to the first door. Now the next point I want to talk about is, why are you there? It's a very important factor in home security sales success, selling door-to-door home security, and you need to have a reason why you're there. I mean, it develops trust right away, and the days are over where people believe you're just stopping by or where people want to see strangers. So people want to trust someone with a believable reason for knocking, and they'll trust them more than a stranger that has no reason. Now, what could your reason for knocking be? It could be that you're stopping by a customer down the block. It could be you came out with a technician who's doing an installation. You got a few minutes to spare. Could be that you were driving by and you noticed something on their house that made you stop. For instance, you could stop and say, I noticed you don't have the warning signs that we give you when you get our security system. And they say, we don't have your security system. Well, there's an opening right there. But whatever reason you use, make sure you've got a good reason ready before you knock. Now in home security, it's very important we look secure. So we recommend that you wear a large picture ID around your neck and good corporate clothing with logos, so that the customer won't be worried about who you are, if you're a fake or anything like that, and where you really came from. Now speaking of clothes, be sure to choose clothes that generate trust and match your product. Make sure your clothing sends a message of trust. Now, some home security companies even give uniforms to their salespeople to wear, like security guard uniforms, so that people will come to the door and will understand that you're in the security business. Now, people tend to trust well-dressed strangers more than those that are casually dressed. A briefcase usually adds to trust as well. So be sure your clothes are corporate clothes, not shorts or anything too casual, and have a readable company logo on them as well. And now let's talk about knocking techniques. Now, you might be thinking, don't tell me you're going to mention how to knock. Well, I'd like to just mention it because, you know, you don't want to sound too wimpy when you knock, or you don't want to sound threatening. I mean, it can't sound like the police are delivering a search warrant. So Choose a knocking style carefully and think about what impression it gives. But after you knock, do not look in the windows or touch their mail or their newspaper. Look professional and patiently wait for them to answer. Now, another tip I'd like to give you is step back from the door after you knock. It's a good idea. That way you look less threatening. Take a few steps back, and many home security people actually turn their back to the door after they knock and step away from the door. That way it looks safer to answer from the customer's point of view. I mean, it doesn't look like you're right by the door ready to lunge in and hurt them, okay? So I hope you'll try some of these techniques to develop trust before you enter the home. I mean, trust is very important in home security sales, and it will make a difference to your door-to-door home security sales success. Now, if this clip was a help to you, I'm very glad if it has been. Be sure to take a look at our website at the address on the screen, or you can give us a call at 716-580-3384. So thank you very much for watching, and good luck selling home security door to door.